Why, hello there. We're going to play OnePageRules Age of Fantasy quest today. But in a little bit of an experiment, we're going to be using Shadows of Brimstone monsters and heroes in an Old West setting, which, you know, is somewhere between fantasy and sci-fi. Our heroes are Bass Reeves, a gunslinger, and Ruby Delaney, a saloon girl. Strange things happen when you use the quest class system with these Old West characters. I chose the classes randomly, so our gunslinger, Bass Reeves, is a druid, but we can reskin that to be a Darkstone shaman, right? So he has a selection of spells that are shaman-y. And Ruby Delaney is a paladin. I don't know how to reskin that. Anyway, we'll put their stats up on the screen now, and you can see what equipment they start with and what their skills are. Chapter 1. The Ghost Town of Harrow's Crossing. Harrow's Crossing was a prosperous frontier settlement once, until something came up out of the ground and swallowed it whole. That was 3 years ago. The few survivors scattered and never spoke of what they saw. Now reports are coming in of lights moving through the ruins at night, and travellers on the nearby road have started disappearing. Our heroes have been hired to go in, find out what's happening, and put a stop to it. The ruins of Harrow's Crossing sprawl across a dusty hillside. Broken walls, collapsed buildings, and rubble-choked streets, all wrapped in an unnatural stillness. Mission 1. The Warding Stone. A survivor from the original disaster, found half-mad in a nearby settlement, manages to get one warning out before the fever takes him. There is an old warding stone at the heart of Harrow's Crossing, placed there by a frontier preacher who knew what lived beneath the ground. It's cracking, and the things down below can feel it. If it fails, whatever was sealed under Harrow's Crossing walks free. So, our primary objective is to defend this warding stone. The warding stone stands at the centre of the ruins. The heroes must reach it, begin reinforcing the ancient seals, and hold their ground while the work is done. The creatures pouring out of the dark will not make it easy. Alright, our two heroes are starting over here in the northwest corner. Search tokens, there's 3 of them, all clustered in the northeast corner, which is handy. And the sentry units are these 3 void tentacles. I will be using 2/3 measurements, since it's only a 3 foot by 3 foot table, and we'll be using random events. Now, last time I played Quest, it was still in the beta, but we're on version 2 now, so things have changed a little bit. So with random events, we get one automatically at the start of the game, and then another one whenever reinforcements arrive. So let's see what we get. Tens and units. I've reskinned the random events to make them more Shadows of Brimstone-y. So 16 is Mind Worms. One random hero gets -1 to will rolls until the next event. Alright, so on a 1, 2, or 3 it'll be Bass, and on a 4, 5, or 6 it'll be Ruby. Bass has Mind Worms. Round 1 is fairly simple for our 2 heroes. They are going to rush towards the warding stone. Oh, and we need to give Bass 1 caster point. Okay, the enemies. Now the AI goal will be the warding stone. The tentacles cannot see the heroes, so they make a rush for the warding stone. End of the round, so alertness goes up by 1. I'm playing on difficulty 1, so when alertness reaches 6, that's when reinforcements come along. Okay, Bass has 2 caster points now. He's going to try casting Warrior Speed. So both caster points, he'll need a 4 or better. Doesn't pull it off. In that case then, we will use Ruby Delaney's once per game ability, Paladin Shout, which I guess in this case would be some kind of rousing speech given by the showgirl. And they can move 6 inches or 4 inches. And then they can both rush. Let's try one of Ruby's hero skills, Ancient Weapon, which she'll direct at Bass. It's a will test, 4 or better for Ruby. Yeah. This gives Bass a +2 bonus next time he attacks. Now, the tentacles can see Bass through that gap in the wall, so they need to head that away. There, a rush brings them just on the other side of that wall. End of the round, awareness up to 2. Right, next round, Ruby advances to the warding stone and will try and reinforce the seals. It's a strength test. Ruby's strength is 6. So she's failed, but what we can do is spend 2 power to pass the check. Okay, now this whole ruined building counts as difficult terrain, so I'm not worried about getting charged at by the tentacles this round, but we will adjust our position a little bit, then open fire. 2 shots from the pistol and 1 dead-eye shot, which is armor piercing 3. His quality is 5 and he's got the +2 bonus from Ancient Weapon. 1 hit with the pistol, tentacles have a defense of 5 and then they'll get a cover bonus. So, 1 wound, they have a toughness of 1 each, so that's 1 dead tentacle. Okay, the tentacles, they can't get to Bass either going around or through, so they will just rush, and the difficult terrain slows them down. They can get here. At the end of the round, there are no enemies within 3 inches of the warding stone, so we put a marker on there. We just need to protect it for another 5 rounds. Awareness goes up to 3. Alright, we'll have Ruby just step away a little bit and then use the discover action. We'll have a look in this barrel. I'll be using the Army Forge random loot tables for this, but obviously we'll reskin things for Shadows of Brimstone. So, in the barrel we find money, that's $5. We'll use Bass to draw the tentacles away from the warding stone, so we'll back him off a little bit so he's still the closest enemy, but out of charge range, and then open fire with his pistol. Dead-eye shot again, so the dead-eye shot hits. Armor piercing 3, so a 6 to save for the tentacle, and boom, it's dead. The tentacle crashes through the ruins towards Bass, and that's it, end of the turn. So we, increase this marker, and awareness goes up to 4. Oh, and we need to remove that search token. Alright, there's no avoiding the tentacle now. We'll activate Bass first, and I don't think we need to do anything fancy here. We're just going to open fire with the pistol again. 2 hits with the pistol, and that's it. All the tentacles are gone. Ruby holds position, and we'll take the discover action on this poor corpse here. Will check passes. Okay, she finds an elixir pouch with a speed elixir in it. Alright, end of the round, so our target defense marker goes up to 3. There's no enemies on the board, so awareness goes up by 2, total of 6, which means reinforcements arrive. Crimson Hand cultists are arriving in the southeast corner. This group are veterans, so they have +1 to hit in melee, and they have warding, which is their sacred artifact ability equivalent. Right, Bass wants to go and check out that last barrel, so he's going to cast Warrior Speed, using up 2 caster points. It passes. That gives him enough movement to rush right up to the barrel. Let's have a look inside. Bad news, Bass. Inside the barrel there was a cursed relic, which cuts your hand as you reach in, and now you are afflicted. Ruby will rest, which will bring her power back up to her maximum of 4. The cultist can't get into firing range this turn, so they rush. And there we go, end of the round. Right, Bass is in trouble. He activates and now needs to make a strength test due to his affliction. His strength is only 6. Oh, that's great. He manages to remove the cursed idol, and he's fine. Okay, he'll trudge through the ruins and then take the scurry action, which is a dexterity check. His dexterity is 5. No, that's him done then. Ruby only has a holdout pistol with a very short range, so she's going to back off a bit to get out of the cultists' rifle range. So again, the cultists must rush, but they are now in rifle range next turn. Ooh, I tell you what I forgot to do. When the reinforcements arrived, there should have been a new random event. So we've got 14. Rock Slide. 1 random hero takes D3 wounds. Well, the mind worms go away. Right, who's going to get injured? It's a Bass. So that's a rock slide and more. The crumbling ruins falling on his head. He takes D3 wounds. Just the 1. He is tough 9, so not in any trouble yet. Okay, Bass. He can't get into pistol shooting range, but he can get into shaman spell casting range, so we'll move here. And then 4 caster points on the spell Call Down the Storm. It's a level 3 spell, so he'll need a 3 or better. Yep. And that's 2 hits on the cultists with Shatter, but that only affects enemies with Tough. So it's just 2 regular hits. The cultists make their saving throws. Right, Ruby activates and will use her Comforting Presence, which in Age of Fantasy Quest is the Mend ability. So Bass is close enough, we just take that wound off. Right, the cultists advance, and then we'll fire the cult rifles at Bass. I should have had him use the bark skin skill, I completely forgot. Anyway, 3 cult rifles, hitting on 5s. 1 hit with armor piercing 1, which he does not defend against, so takes a wound. At the end of the round, we increase this marker up to 6, which completes the target defense mission. What happens next? Alertness goes up by 3. The AI goal goes away. And we now have a secondary mission. With the seals holding, for now, a figure crawls out of hiding in the rubble. A travelling scholar, wounded and terrified, who came to research the original disaster and got trapped when the creatures surged. She knows more about what lives beneath this town. The heroes need to get her out alive. So, this model is now the AI goal, and we need to get her to the extraction point, which is way over here. The first thing we need to do is help the scholar out of the rubble, which is a strength test. Ruby's strength is 6. So she fails, but we'll use 2 power to pass. Now, Bass, there's a shaman spell I want to try out with him, so we need to get nice and close for this one though. And with 1 caster point, we're going to cast Bear Form. It works. Bass transforms into a bear and strikes at the cultists. 4 hits with armor piercing 1. That would be 3 wounds, however, cultists have warding from their sacred artifact, which against spells, this is a spell, gives them a 4+ extra save. Still, 2 of the cultists are mauled. Ugh. And Bass transforms back into a human. And then he can still open fire with his pistol and a deadeye shot. Well, his quality is 5, so all those shots miss. He still has a skill he can use, so he's going to use Bark Skin, which is a dexterity check of 5 or better. Yeah, so that will give him a little bit of a defense boost. Right, time for this cultist to move now. He needs to take a morale check, doesn't he? He's lost 2 of his buddies. The cultist has quality 5. Fails his morale check. He is shaken. We got a dice for that. Awareness goes up to 4. Alright, next round. Ruby will rush this way, bringing the scholar with her. And for her skill action, she's going to glug down that speed elixir, which will give her a little bit of extra movement. Bass will follow her down the street. And then, yeah, fire the pistol at that last cultist. Bang, bang, bang. All the shots miss. Let's be extra cautious. Bass is going to cast another shaman spell. This one is Ancestral Shield for 1 caster point. However, it fails to manifest. Okay, the cultist. The cultist is not actually shaken right now. He would have unshaken at the end of the last round. And he's going to charge. Yeah, since he's a veteran, that gives him +1 bonus to hit in melee. He's going to make good use of it. So let's charge him at Bass. It's just a hand weapon though, which will hit on a 4 or better. He misses. Very good. End of the round. Ruby will rush, of course. Bass is going to advance. His bark skin has faded away. No reason he can't just simply use a skill action on using bark skin again. So a dexterity check, which he fails, so he does lose a point of power. The bark skin returns, and yes, of course, open fire with the pistol at the cultist. Right, the Deadeye shot hits. The cultist needs a 6 to block, which he doesn't. He has warding, so an extra roll, needing a 6. No, he's gone. Bang! End of the round, the coast is clear, except awareness now goes up to 6, and reinforcements arrive. A fresh batch of tentacles has emerged, but way over in that corner. The corner we are moving away from, so not much of a threat, but let's check for a random event. 23. Suffocating mist. 1 random hero becomes afflicted. It's going to be Ruby this time. Well, yes, let's activate Ruby. So she takes a wound from the suffocating mist. However, it's not much of a problem. Comforting presence, or mend in this game, can be used on herself. So she will use mend and remove that wound and rush. Okay, these two wind their way through the rubble. We're nearly there. She'll try using her skill action on Scurry. She'll need a 6. No, never mind. Okay, Bass catches up. He's got 2 caster points. He's going to try casting Warrior's Speed, which succeeds. So the next time the heroes move, they get some extra movement. Right, all the tentacles can do really is blob along through those ruins. I think we could probably just call it a success here, right? Those tentacles cannot catch up, and there won't be any more reinforcements by the time I get to the exit. So, with both the primary and secondary missions complete, our heroes both receive 3 experience points, which levels them both up to level 2, and they get $5 each hazard pay. Bass has the option of +1 toughness or a new skill. I chose a new skill and gave him Curing Touch. So he's got a little shaman pouch with herbs in. So whenever he or Ruby gains a condition like Afflicted, he can use that skill to remove it. And for Ruby, I did just choose +1 toughness. She's going to be the melee fighter. So I figured that would be the best choice for her. So that was the end of the first mission for the first chapter. There's 3 missions in chapter 1, and you're supposed to play all 3 missions on the same difficulty. But this was just a warm-up on difficulty 1. I think I will go to difficulty 2 for the next 2 missions. Alright, yep, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you next time.